Sum 41, 6th album, 13 Voices, man! What's going on, ladies and gents in Cyberland? Coming back to with another album review. Sum 41's 13 Voices. So, didn't know that Dave had come back to the band. I knew Steve-O had quit, and I was like, damn, you know. At the time, I was like, how are they going to proceed? And then, you know, Derek being sick, and I was just like, what? How is this going to work? Anyway, I see a video, and the video has all this stuff going on behind them and all this shit, and I was like, okay, this is cool. But then all of a sudden, like, wait a minute, is that Dave? Like, I was like, no, that's not. And I kept clicking in the video. I was like, no. I think, oh shit, that's Dave. He's back in the band. And I was like, because I used to his hair looking a certain way and stuff. And I was like, is that? No. And it was, I was just like, oh shit, okay, he's back in the band. And it was Fake My Own Death. And I was just like, this is cool. And I'm like, okay, so we got 3 guitarists, a bassist, and another drummer. I forget the drummer's name, sorry, but yeah. So 5-piece. Not a 3-piece, not a 4-piece. We got a 5-piece now. So I was just like, okay, enjoy the song. Sound very punkish to me. Sounded different compared to what had been done in the past, definitely. If anything, that song reminded me of, it felt more like Chuck to an extent, but more lighthearted. But really aggressive like Chuck. Maybe sprinkled with a little bit of Screaming Bloody Murder, like Scumfuck or something. Or Screaming Bloody Murder, the actual track. So, listen to it, I'm like, okay, cool, Not getting my hopes up. I'm not, we'll see. And, I think the album had already dropped, but I hadn't listened to it. I was just like, I got other shit going on. It just wasn't in the radar. It wasn't in my vicinity to be like, oh, okay, like, we're going to listen to this album. And I shit you not. Sum 41 sent out a message to all their fans that they're going to shoot a video and they wanted them to be there. And I gotta say, goddamn, I'm dead again. Everything that had come out before this song for me with Sum 41, I was like, okay, I like it, but okay, it's cool. Okay, that's fine. It was like, Fat Lip got me interested. Hellsong was something different. Still waiting. I was like, okay, it's cool. It's just a punk rock song. We're All to Blame felt like Chop Suey, but I was like, it's okay. Underclass Hero, it got me interested more so back into the band after Chuck and Does This Look Infected. Screaming Bloody Murder was still kind of like, But when I heard Goddamn I'm Dead Again, I was like, oh shit. Like, when I heard, not only when I heard the song, but about seeing all those fans there, seeing how they're just like, you got the hardcore ones getting down, you got the other ones just like, they just standing up against one like, what's up? Like, you had a mixture blend of all these different type of personality type of people that are into the band, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, it was like a melting pot. And I really love that about that video, because it's not just white people, or it's not just Asians, or it's not just Middle Eastern, or it's not just you people from the UK. There's people all around the world that love this fucking man. And when Dave and Tom started shredding in that song, I was just like, whoa. I mean, I know Dave can shred, and I know Tom can shred, but it was just the fact to hear them shred together and hear them play off of each other and just take it from that moment in the song all the way till the end. And then even seeing Derek just doing his thing and they're just playing, you know, the song just like the next minute and a half is just literally shredding. It was a punk rock song, but that shredding in it, I was just like, you know what? They got my attention. They got my fucking attention, and I was like, I gotta go get this album. Like, I hadn't even heard the rest of it, and I was just like, okay, what are we gonna do? Am I gonna order it, or am I gonna go pick it up? And I think I ordered it because I couldn't pick it up, and I was like, well, let me listen to it while I wait for the album to arrive. And I was just like, I loved it. I genuinely loved this album. Nothing I didn't like. And not only that, but it felt so different. It felt like they took elements of where they started, but it just felt like a real cohesive album to me, and it felt like it had all the elements of the other albums, but where everything worked on almost every single track to me. Nothing just felt out of place, you know? There wasn't that track's like, but it wasn't this that like, It was like song after song after song after song after song. And maybe some people feel differently about it, but for me, 13 Voices is my favorite Sum 41 album. I don't think it is their best out of their catalog. I think Chuck is still their best. But I would say 13 Voices is right after it. But it is my favorite Sum 41 album. And I'll be frank, if it wasn't for this album, I would not have gotten back into giving Sum 41 another listen, really. It was when I listened to this album, I said, you know what? Let me go back and listen to Does This Look Infected, and let me go listen to Chuck, and let me listen to Screaming Bloody Murder, because I had Underclass Hero, but I hadn't really been listening to it at the time. But let me go back and listen to their material and give it another shot. Maybe there's something that, you know, maybe it's my age now, or you know, let's just see. And my perspective on all the work before it was just totally different once I did that. And I don't think it's because you like this album. Like, no, it's just a different place now. I'm older. I just have a different view on certain things about life and music too. Because, you know, I think it's like when we get older, we're more closed-minded about things. But I wasn't. I was like, you know, let me go back and listen to these albums. And that's where you have the reviews, and I explain that. But this was the album that did it. It just felt fresh to me. It felt fun. And it had both elements. It had a nice balance of punk rock and metal. And I loved it. And I just, it's one of my favorite albums to listen to by this band. Definitely. Again, nothing I didn't like. 10 out of 10 yes sirs for sure. Top 5 tracks, Goddamn I'm Dead Again. 13 Voices, man, like, ooh. If it wasn't for Tom and Dave playing that outro for Goddamn I'm Dead Again, then I would put 13 Voices on my top track, because I love this. I love 13 Voices. It's just, I love this song. I love the guitars. I love how it starts. I love the lyrics. I love the chorus. I love the soloing, the technique that Dave does. I know the sound. I just forget the hammer on and offs that Dave does on the guitar. I love it. Or if that was Tom doing it, I love it. You know, it's just oof. Breaking the Chain too. I think that's Derek talking about alcoholism and breaking that cycle. I love that song. That strikes a chord with me as well. Changing things. Twisted by Design is so different, and I think that's why I like it so much, just the way the song is just done. And then Fake My Own Death. And from beginning to end, I love this album. I really do. I would just say, like, and then I guess Dave coming back really helped it too. You know, it's one way to look at it. But I would just say, you know, if you haven't listened to it, listen to it. And I definitely would say, if you've never been a fan of Sum 41, I definitely would say listen to this album too. You know, it was just a breath of fresh air after coming out for Screaming Bloody Murder and a little extent to Underclass Hero. It was just good. That being said, let's cue music.